guys, welcome back. We're going to continue showing more locks in the Collie Lock Flow. Before we do that, I'd like to give a little review, go over the locks we've already shown in the previous two videos, and also start to give you an idea of how they kind of fit together. If you remember our basic entry, we're basically just padding, coming out, grabbing, and hitting. From there, we have the wrist lock in this direction, and then we take the arm down, the figure 4 arm lock. There, assuming our opponent slips out, we grab the wrist, come up and push up on the elbow. If you remember, we could do that with either the palm or the full arm. From there, we're going to roll, twist his arm so that his thumb is pointing down the ground, and go into a straight arm lock. And from this position, we're going to show what comes after that. Okay, the next lock in our lock flow is called a figure 4 arm lock. Manual? So he's going to give me a right punch. We're going to use the same entry. I'm going to catch. This is going to come up and grab. I'm going to get a punch. I'm going to maintain my grip on his wrist here, and this is going to slip into the crook of his arm. I'm going to fold him this way, and my left hand is going to grab my right forearm. And then basically I'm going to crank this way towards the floor to get him to go down. I can back that up a little bit by taking this leg and sweeping out the foot. Also, another nice little trick you can do is you can clip this elbow up and take him across the face as you're getting him over. So one more time, catch, up this way, punch. The punching hand goes into the crook of his arm, maintaining our grip, grab our forearm, and bend him over. And that is a figure 4 arm lock. Our next lock is a figure 4 arm lock. Assuming that this is my opponent's right arm, I'm going to catch it, come up, and punch from here. In practice, you just put your arm at the crook of the elbow. For application, you're better off come down hammer fist, do a little damage while you're making that position change. And then you're going to fold, as you step through, fold your arm over this way and place your left hand on your right forearm. Ideally, you can sweep the foot, take it down. And then also you have the option of flipping the elbow as that happens. Just going to stick that on the other side in case you didn't quite see it. On this side, come up and catch. I collapse here, come through, and place my right hand on my left forearm this time. So again, off of the right punch, catch here, hit, come over and fold it. And then on the other side, catch, hit, step through, and fold it that way. In the overall flow, this one would happen right after the straight arm lock. So from here, with the guy's thumb pointing down and I'm on the very tip of his tricep, I would just twist his arm and then slap back and fold it that way in for the flow. On this side, straight from here, turn into the lock there. Okay, the next one is going to be a reverse wrist lock. We only call it reverse because it's actually our second wrist lock. One went in this direction, this is going to go in the opposite direction. So that one basically looks like this. Again, same entry as all of them. Catch here. I'm going to twist his arm a little bit so his thumb ends up pointing down. And then I'm going to come up, rest my fingers on his wrist, putting my thumb on the back of his wrist, support it, and fold him over that way. And that would be the reverse wrist lock. Of course, you got a lot of stuff you can do out of this one too. You can step in, take him down, you have kicks to the face, all that good stuff. So that would be your reverse wrist lock. One more time. I'll go lighter this time, I apologize. Boom, here, twist him, and then the wrist lock. Next on the list is our second wrist lock. Our first one took the opponent this way. This one is very similar to the straight arm bar. in this instance, assuming that this is on his right arm, you're going to twist his arm so that his thumb points downward, and you're going to continue the twist by coming around grabbing and applying this way. With our basic entry, it's going to look like catching, shaving, like turn off, continue to twist, and apply the wrist lock. One more time. Catch, up, here, twist, wrist lock. And that would be the reverse wrist lock. And to get to there from our last lock, as we catch, we come up and we hit. We hit the bicep here, pull over. Let's assume that maybe I didn't grab my forearm and he's muscling and pushing towards the camera there. He would come through, I would just roll with that energy and continue to twist until I got into the wrist lock. We'll show it on the other side real quick. We catch, up, hit, twist, and apply the wrist lock. This could also be wrapped up by mixing the two with the arm bar. The next one we're going to show is a gooseneck lock. This one's pretty cool, works really well as you come along. Same entry, catch, come in and hear it. I'm going to twist, almost like I was going for that wrist lock that we just did. I'm going to take the web of my hand and basically put it up against the web of his hand, and I'm going to grab his thumb and the meat leading down into the hand of the thumb. I'm going to fold him over and rest his elbow up against my sternum while I'm still holding his hand. You notice that that's put this wrist lock on here. Tap. And you can see it's pretty painful, it's already put it on. If you really want to do it, grab a hold of the top of your hand and yank it forward to get that wrist. And that is the gooseneck. Our last lock for this lesson is going to be the cradle wrist lock. When you come up with our usual entry, catch, pull, and punch, we're going to twist his arm through. This one's a little complicated, but hang in there, we'll get it. With palm up, we're going to wedge the web of our thumb into the web of his thumb, this way. We're going to force in here, controlling that and pushing his elbow up against your chest, and then support with the other hand. One more time. Come up and catch, hit, twist his arm, palm up, grab the thumb, collapse that way. The cradle wrist lock comes right after the reverse wrist lock, so in the flow of things, I get there, punching, twisting around, and I shove there. In this instance, I'm grabbing the thumb, spinning around, and collapsing there. That's 3 more locks for your flow, so let's put them all together and review what we have. We have catch when you come up, we hit, and we roll into the wrist lock. That's number 1. Number 2 is the reverse figure 4 lock or cradle lock. We come up and we hear. Number 3, we let that fall out and go into an upward arm lock, which can either be with the palm or be with the bicep. From there, we go to a downward. That makes our number 4. After that, we have the figure 4. Pull this way. Roll from there to the reverse hip lock. And the cradle lock is just it. I want to thank everybody for spending another 10 minutes with us. I hope you got something out of it. If you get a chance, go check out our website. We just did a pretty big redesign, whole new layout. Looks really good. Pretty proud of it. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. And in the next lesson, we will conclude the lock flow. Thank you very much.